Deku just got done looking at these dudes smuck. So let's get back into, let's see, this should be part 3 of what if Deku had a muscle quirk. Deku just got done clowning. I mean, clowning on these kids, right? Looking down at them like he knew they wasn't going to touch him. But before we get any further, if you're watching this for the first time, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to get my subs up. I'm trying to make this a full-time gig. Like the stuffs. I should. Maybe I might or might not have my Instagram down low. But donations are appreciated. If not, watch the ads all the way through. That helps too. I'm trying to really get this stuff going. So, with that out of the way, after Deku basically outclassed everyone, he's in first place. He's looking like a solid victor. Everyone's hyping this dude's quirk up. They're like, what is he? He's a god. Right? Now we get into the 1v1 fights. And I'm going to say the 1v1 fights do differently, right? Why? Because I said so. So instead of it just being a tournament where we're going to have them fight, Deku. I mean, Deku fights this person. He fights these like 3 same individuals, right? Deku pops out the gate saying, hey, yo, none of that. Y'all want to see who the strongest is, and this is the point of showing our quirks off, right? Since UA is the top dog right now, everybody in UA, catch your smoke with your boy. So that's what happens. Now, Deku's not cocky. He's just confident. And yeah. So first, Lil Mama Uraraka come through. Hashtag Uraraka come through. She puts up a valiant effort, but Deku just, finger flicks. He finger flicks her out of there on some like he had one for all. He just, next. Ida comes through. He's like trying to kick this dude, but he can't touch this dude. We, dun, 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 dun. Can't touch this. Next. Basically, everybody else is getting taken out. The only person that actually did damage at the given time was the dude with the Danky, I think that's the dude's name is. He puts on, 100 volts. Deku, excellent. Dude shocks this dude. Everyone, that's what he gets for being cocky and pumpkiss and this and that. Yes. Deku walks up on this dude. Huh. That really worked. Dude grabs him with the weird looking way his arms move. He and flings the dude like a baseball. He home run. And yeah, he's looking dumb goofy. So now technically it will be moments for you, but for me, it'll be seconds for you, but for me, it'll be moments. Till we meet again, my childs. After flinging Brody across, like a baseball bat, now we're going to get into the other fights. These are the more heavy-hitting ones. Nothing happens too much with Shinzo. Like, he's not really able to do much, but Deku doesn't even really use his quirk. He just throws hands with his dude, give him a chance, even though he knows. They both agree, like, you're going to lose, right? He's like, yeah. So they eventually fight, and Shinzo, this is really just to show Shinzo's capabilities of being proficient with hand-to-hand. And that's our fights. After Shinzo gets, a beating, but not like malicious, but just a beating, because they're homies, and Deku's not about to just bully this dude. He's like, go ahead, bro. Hop out. He's like, all right. Yo. Hey, yo, so do you think you're going to beat everyone? Right as he looks like he's about to hop out. He's like, most likely. In his head, you sly little bastard. He's like, so, evil laugh in background in Spanish. Dude's like, and let me introduce you to my quirk, brainwash. It allows me to, how would you say? And then so he goes into explaining how his quirk and stuff works. And like, he's telling these people like, hey, my quirk does this. I do this. we vibe, we kill it, we do it, we steal it. Like he's just hyping himself up, all this good stuff, right? And he's like, see, watch this. Do 5 push-ups. No, I feel like he'll say, don't stop listening to my command until you hear this noise from me again. Just to keep it going. And so, Deku does 5 push-ups. Come over here and lift me up accordingly. So, Shinzo's standing up so tall. So, even the mightiest, in a non-sexual way, he's rubbing up on Deku's chest. Even the mightiest of warriors can be taken down. This would be very beneficial for seduction. Oh God, subduing, capturing, and I'm able to modify my voice. And he does some different voices impression. So before you look down on me because my quirk isn't all flashy like this big lug over here, just know I have potential. Deku, the last thing I need you to do, punch yourself in the face. He stops himself from punching him in the face. He like popped himself or something, like what, like the sludge villain tapped him. He looks at Shinzo. So we playing dirty, huh? Shinzo, because Shinzo was about to watch him punch himself in the face. Make him do it a couple times, then walk off. So he wasn't really expecting him to, like, you know, get out. Deck was low-key lying, but I've trained to not be hit by such feeble moves. As he, like, slowly walks closer to Shinzo, just, so you want to brainwash a person, huh? Dude is shook. He's like, hey, buddy. He's trying to walk out of stage so he'll technically be out so he won't get in trouble. Sweating profusely. Yeah, buddy. I mean, you know, it's all fun and games. Nothing to say as they're both walking back towards the edge of the stage. Interesting. I try to show you a little chivalry. So you wanted me to do 10 push-ups, made me pick you up. You want me to punch you in the face? Me in the face? How many times were you gonna make me do that, huh, Shinzo? Buddy? Dude is literally shitting bricks right now, bro. He is terrified. Okay? And then he runs, he sprints. Gotta get off the stage, Deku. No. Blitz speeds past him, jumps up, does a mean turnaround, flippity flip kick. Boom! Kicks that dude back in the center stage. Toosh. Shinzo, mouth hurting, face hurting, his upper body in pain. Deku hovering over him with eyes glowing red on some anime flow. You just see this dude bulk up. Shinzo like, listen, buddy. It was a prank. Him, I don't like pranks. And yes, Shinzo maliciously gets forwarded. Maliciously. And then he, how would you say, gently tosses him on the outside of the ring. It says, next. Deku's already kind of mad. Bakugo pulls up. This pretty much, Momo pulls up. Alright? So Momo come through or whatever, and he's like, aren't you the girl that does the little creation stuff? And she's like, yeah. He's like, you know. You do know you can create literally anything, right? As long as you know the materials. And she's like, yeah, that's how it works. So in theory, you can make a machine gun, an atomic nuke, a riot shield. She's like, yeah. All you have to do is eat. Make sure you have lipids. Yeah. You know, you literally can use your quirk to make anything. Your quirk is like one of the strongest quirks out there. She's like, huh, never thought about it like that. She's like, so, looks around. We're just gonna say like the non-important ones, like the girl with the headphone jack, the pink girl, the belly button. None of them, they're not really relevant. I'll justify why in a moment here. We're gonna get through this whole part. It's gonna be a little lengthy, probably. And so she's like, huh? I was like, you still wanna fight? Like, I'm not trying to. I don't got a problem hitting the female. I just kind of don't want to. And she's like, I plan to be a pro hero, so there's no. Immediately knocked her out of the ring, like with all malicious intent. Like no, nothing. Just speed blister. Popped her one good time in the stomach, and she's gone. She's KO. Blood's everywhere. Not like maliciously, like a lot of blood, but like blood's everywhere. Yeah. And he's like, no. He's like, no. And people try to uproar and scream, and all Deku does is he does like an almighty clap. Let me finish. It'll all make sense when we're at the end of this. Now the last two really challenging contestants, Bakugo. Todoroki stands up. So you want to go first? Or if I go first, there won't be any more competition. So you better pick your battle wisely, Icy Hot. And Deku, not even being arrogant, just looking at these fools. Y'all can come at me at the same time. He starts releasing steam. His body turns to a pink reddish, kind of looking like Luffy almost, or like a resemblance of Luffy and Kaioken mixed together, because it's like his aura is almost looking like it. Like his steam almost looks like an energy field. And he's like, pop in the bones. You better come at me quickly before I end this fight. Bakugo, don't think I'm gonna lose. Bakugo weaves barely. With like Deku, basically he jumps up above Bakugo's head and like tried to like kick it. And then after the kick, he was gonna stomp his head to the ground. But Bakugo was able to weave those two initial hits, but got hit with a mean side kick. Boom! Bakugo was able to block barely. Todoroki comes in, flame ball, fireball, Hadouken, ice ball. So it's basically an all-out brawl between these like titans. And it's literally almost like a reminiscing of what happened the last time, right? Because of you remember how they on the last part how they was in the air, they were fighting and all that stuff, right? So it's almost like that, but like a lot more grand, because like there's one portion of the side of the stage that's icy cold. There's another part that's like flames everywhere. There's another part that just has glycerin and explosions going left and right. And then there's another part that's just pure steam. It's almost like they're changing their environment, like some One Piece flow for those that know. And so it's just big. I mean, Deku's just weaving most of the stuff. Bakugo's coming in an explosion. He jumps up, does the Hauser, while Todoroki combines both of his stuff. And then Todoroki and Bakugo look at each other. They nod at each other for respect. I see the drip. And so they're like, did we get him? Bakugo, of course we did. There's no way he would be able to stand against my attack alone, but plus with yours. Deku wipes away all the smoke, immediately making like the stadium like normal temperature again. With only a couple of like scratches. He got a good amount of scratches, but he's like, I've been dying to try this out. Long ago, I met a villain named Muscular. And I saw him, he was one of the few people that actually beat me in combat. And he did something. The way he uses his quirk was unique, so I wanted to see if I could apply the same element. But I realized something. My quirk is not his quirk, but it's one quirk that's better but yet similar. Behold, we can call this stage 2 of my quirk. And now everyone's traumatized, scared, and so confused, because not only can this dude control his muscles, but he has so much muscle control that he's able to produce more muscles and also have them protrude out his body. So it's almost like he has a whole armor around him that is complete muscle. Okay? And it's thick, strong, flexible, and everything. So let's get back to how he would be saying this, because this is how the voice would sound to me. Now, this is my stage 2. I have other forms, but I think this would be more than efficient. I realized stage 1 would be, I'd probably have to use my max power and wouldn't be maximum. Now, let me see what I can do without, because when he's in this stage, he's not boiling his blood or, pumping it to get hyped up. That's kind of like, not him pushing his limit, but let's say that's like around 80 to like a near 100, give or take, right? So he's like, all right, here I go. But when I'm in this state, I want y'all to know something. My punches cut through fabric. They don't even see him. They just see the trail of destruction he's leaving behind him. Bakugo weaves the kick, high kick. Literally, he's like skating on the ground, kind of like exploding. He's like, icy hot, put some ice. He said, put some cover down, basically. Todoroki puts up a whole bunch of ice. Just ice. He backs up, like backstepping, using his flames to propel him up too. He basically hops on Bakugo, actually. He's like, Bakugo, I'm going to probably need to heat you up. If we go for one more strong attack, we might be able to do so. He's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yes, this does sound like a rather interesting idea. I wonder, would I be able to take this attack? Both of them traumatized. They're like, we don't know. We're trying to figure. Oh, no. Boom. They are immediately both sent down to the ground faster than flies, dropping when you get that Febreze and just start spraying on them. All right? So they're down on the ground looking goofy. All right? He's like, all right. And he's not being cocky. He's trying to test his limit. He said, let's play a game. They're getting up, broken and battered, strong. Barely, they're barely hanging on, but they're like still got a good amount of fight. And they're like, let's play a game. Let's go blow for blow. Y'all hit me with an attack, and I hit you with one. But I promise if your attack doesn't succeed in taking me down, you'll lose. And they're just like, they look at each other, bet. First things first they do, they freeze everything around. Todoroki literally gets frosted on his left side, but like not big body because he's about to use his heat side. So he freezes all around Deku, like really trying to, like he makes like basically a little vacuum almost, or like a condensed area. While now it's switched because Bakugo's up there with him, so he doesn't strain himself using his quirk. They jump up, right? And while Shoto's using his ice and stuff, because it's a circle, like they made like a little circle or a little, basically. So they're up there in the air. Toto gets as high as he can, and then he says, "All right, you ready?" He starts spinning. Bakugo starts like propelling himself with his explosion, and he's like, "Do it!" So he basically sets Bakugo on fire. And like he threw a little bit of water and ice in there just to like cool it off. But basically they're making like a really high temperature combo. And he's like, combined attack, icy hell Hauser. And this Hauser's a lot stronger than what he could originally do in canon. He's one, hot, pause. Two, he's steamy, pause. All right, so he's got a lot of temperature going, right? He's all sweaty, pause. He's all sweaty and everything. So he's with the added addition of Deku being in a condensed area and trapped. Unpause. And then and since the explosion was condensed, they fall down to the ground like bricks. They're like, all right. Everyone's like, whoa, maybe they overdid it or something. I was all terrified, knowing this dude fought an all might level without being in this transformation. Deku with the muscles. Some of his muscles, it's like kind of like strings almost. So like some of them are falling off, and he's like, how unfortunate. How unfortunate. Everyone looking. You took off a layer of my armor. That's slightly upsetting. I knew I needed training, but I didn't know I was this far behind from what I envisioned. They're like, training? If this is only stage 2, what are the other stages like? Well, let's continue. Alright, shall we? I guess it would be my turn. Everyone's terrified on what this brute monster is about to do. Deku grabs both of them, and it looks like he's about to do some signature move. All he does is gently place them out. And he, once again, he like claps his hands together, boom, wiping away all the debris. And he's like, it's simple. Now, let me explain. Everyone's talking and chatting. Deku flexes his like mirror intent and presence. Everyone shuts up and looks at him. Now, even though I didn't fight BA, give me a moment. Let me explain something. I have a flashy quirk, cool. I have all this power, cool. But you would focus all your attention on a unique specimen like myself, right? But the main problem here is we're missing all these other wonderful heroes. Because I could die at any time or my time could pass, but these heroes could easily surpass me or do something. For example, the dude with the brainwashing quirk. He's able to get enemies and trick them and do all this stuff with ease. Make them give up information. That Uraraka girl, she was able to make things float. That would be good for rescue. Floppy, she's able to go on terrain and go into water. So yes, I look flashy, I look cool, and I'm an amazing hero at first glance. But I am not suited for all situations. In Endeavor, he teleports, not teleport, but he moves, he speeds, blitzes Endeavor and throws him down. Endeavor. So, let me ask you something, Endeavor. No, I'll say he tells Endeavor to come here. Endeavor's like, why in the earth would I need to come down here? He comes, please, come. For example, this hero's been in the shadow of All Might all his life. He's an asinine, self-centered brat. Self-centered, arrogant, pumpkin bastard, right? He even beats on his own child. Did you know Todoroki is the cause of a quirk marriage? And for those that he's explaining all of this. But it's okay because he has power. And the one thing that I cannot dispute is power is not everything. But oh, does it help? But I want all these people out here to hear this. Just because you're weak, you have an unusual quirk, doesn't mean you can't strive to be better. And this goes out to all the villains too. Just because your life led you astray or your quirk is weird, if no one else accepts you with his arms out, with much bravado, I will. Or something to that effect. Then we're going to finish this off with your man's, right? He turns around and Endeavor and says, Endeavor, you've bullied most of your children, even that one that ran away. How about me and you go about? He's like, why would I fight a kid unless you're scared? He said, boom, he flames up. I don't want you to be careful. Don't say anything you regret. He says, what? Don't tell me you're scared of a mere child. Endeavor goes at him, launching a punch. Deku weaves it. He threw the first punch. Any and everything I do from this point on is legal. And that's where we're going to leave this video off. I hope y'all liked, loved, sub. And if you made it this far, for the love of God, I love you. And if you watch all the ads all the way through, thank you. That does help your boy out. IG is God_DK. At this point, it's just a broken record. I'm going to catch y'all later. I hope people view this. I put a little time, a little thought into it. Catch you.